Yeah, hello dear student, how are you? Today lesson is significant figures, powers, and standard form for year 8. Uh, we shall start with power division and multiplication, how we deal with division and multiplication when you have two numbers with powers. For example, we have here, this is the rule, okay? This is the rule. When we have a number, any number here, for the power of A divided by a number with the power of B, that means we have the same basis. It's a condition. يعني هو في الشرط لازم هذا الشرط يكون موجود اللي هو إنه الباses تكون the same basis 10. So that means we divide the powers, okay? The same thing is when it is multiplication. You add the powers. We have some examples here. When you have 10 to the power 20 divided by 10 to the power 8, when we have the same base, we bring the 10 down, and then you say 20 minus 8, and not in the other way. It's always from left to right. Okay, so we have 10 to the power. I will use the same example here to show you that when it is multiplication and we have the same base, you bring one of the bases down and you say 20 plus 8, which is 10 to the power 28. We have another rule. When it is 10 to the power A, and then we have a bracket and then another power. So whole the bracket is uploaded to the power, and the same number have another power. In this way, we bring the base down and we multiply these two powers. That means this bracket, it means it's a multiplication. So it is 10 to the power A times B, which is 10AB. AB, it is 10A times B. When you have minus, and a lot of students make mistake here, don't worry a lot of. It is also the same. It is 10, and then you multiply minus 8 times minus b. Minus 8 times minus b, which give us minus times minus plus. So minus times minus is plus ab. Now I'll give you two examples here. This is an example. As I told you, it must be not 10. It can be any number. The base can be any number. The base is not so important, but I have a bracket between these two powers. One power is for the number, the base number, and the other power is for the bracket. So the answer is going to be 9 minus 2 times 5, according to this rule, A times B. So A and B represent the powers, okay? And 10 is the base. So 9 multiplied 2 times 5. But also we have here minus 2 and we have here plus 5. As you know, when there is no sign, that means it is a positive sign. It's a positive sign. So that means 9 to the power 2 times 5 is 10, but minus times plus is minus. So it is 9 to the power minus 10. When you have something like that here, it is something like this, going to be like this, okay? So we have minus 12 to the power minus 4, and enclosed by brackets to the power minus 2. This will be equal to 12 minus 4 times minus 2. Minus times minus is plus, and 4 times 2 is 8. So it is 12 to the power 8. And this is the small practice, okay? Write each calculated as a single power. We have 10 to the power 5. We have here multiplication, so we add the powers, and we have divisions. We subtract the powers. In this case, we are speaking now about this rule, 10a to the power b, which means that one and that one. We have done them already. And check them yourself. Try to do them yourself before you check the answers here downstairs. So now, how many photographs can be stored in 1 terabyte? Terabyte, it is 10 to the power 12 byte, which is 1 million byte. So how many bytes I have in 1 terabyte? I have 1 million byte. So if you know that your picture which you are saving or storing in your telephone need, for example, 20 bytes. For each picture which I save in my computer, or I speichere in my computer, I need 20 bytes. What I do in this way, I will divide, and I know that my telephone is 1 terabyte. So I change first the terabyte. I want to see how much is the terabyte, how many bytes. So I know that 1 terabyte is 1 million bytes. I divide that by the size of my picture, which is 20 byte. This will give me how many pictures I can store in my telephone. This is the answer for the Explorer question. And if and this is the typical answer for the exam. If you have how many megabytes in 1 terabyte? When you see something, when you see a prefix, we call these prefix, the names of these numbers. When you see a prefix like that, it means one. If there's no number here, it means one. It's not two, it's not three, okay? So how many megabytes are terabytes? Let me make this clear why, which one comes at the top, which one I divide upon, and which number comes in the numerator, which one in the denominator. If I tell you how many 10 centimeters in 1 meter, what you will do? You will divide 1 meter upon 10 centimeters, correct? To see how many 10 centimeters you have in 100 centimeters. Because we know 1 meter is 100 centimeters. So you divide 100 centimeter on 10 centimeters so that you can find how many 10 centimeters I have in the 100 centimeters. So the first thing you have to do is to unify the measure units. If you have meters and centimeters, you have to change them all to centimeters, or you change them all to meters before you divide. But you put the number, the big number at the top and the small number at the bottom so that you know how many from the small numbers I have in the big number. So if I say how many megabytes I have in 1 terabyte, you have to know that 1 terabyte is 1 million byte, and 1 megabyte is 1 million byte. Change this into, this is the number form. This is called the number form. And this is called what we call this one with the power, we call it the standard form. Or another name, which I don't want to tell you know it, we call it also the scientific number. A scientific number. In scientific, we write the numbers like this with powers so that we can spare place. So how many megabyte is in the terabyte? I have to unify first the measures. I change them all to bytes. I take away the byte with the byte. I take the 6 zeros with the 6 zeros. That leave me all only with 1 0. So it is, you divide the 1 terabyte by 1 megabyte, which is 10 to the power 12 byte divided by 10 to the power 6 byte. We take the bytes away because it's a division, correct? And also we take 6 from here, 12 division. What we do by division, we subtract the powers. 12 minus 6 is 6 megabyte. So 1 terabyte have 1 megabyte. How many megabytes are in the terabyte? 10 to the power 6 megabytes. Okay, there are 1 million megabytes in 1 terabyte. This is how is this written. 10 to the power 6 stands for the megabyte. Million, this is 1 million megabyte. You read this like that. 1 terabyte have 1 million megabyte. 1 million megabyte, okay? 1 terabyte have 1 million megabyte. So you can try this like this. This is the number form. We can write it in a number form. You change the power into numbers, or you add the 6 to the top, and it can be read like 1 terabyte equal 10 to the power 6 megabyte. This is the standard form or the scientific form. Okay. Exactly. Also, for this example, how many microbytes are in a terabyte? Write your answer in standard form and number form. Name the prefix of your new answer. The prefix will be not here. It's not written here. I will give you the prefix at the end. It is like you start, okay, we have to unify the measures. Terabyte, how much is in terabyte? It is 1 million byte. How much is 1 microbyte? It is 1 over 1 million byte. So when you see micro, 10 to the power minus 6, this is 1 over 1 million. It is 1 over, it's a fraction. This is a fraction. When you bring the 6 zeros to the top, it's going to be 6 to the power minus 6. So whenever you see a power minus, that means it is a fraction. It is 1 over a million. This is 1 over a million. 10 to the power minus 7 is 1 over 10 million. 10 to the power minus 3, it is 1 over 1,000. Whenever you see a minus in the power, it means it's a fraction. So how I find how many microbytes are there in 1 terabyte? The terabyte is so big and the microbyte is so small. I unify them, I change them both into the same unit, into the byte, and then I change them to the power form, the standard form, which is scientific form. So 1 terabyte is 10 to the power 12. Of course, the bytes goes away with the byte, and then 1 microbyte is 10 to the power minus 6. By division, what we do, we minus the powers. So it's going to be 10, 12 minus 6. We have two minuses. Don't forget, a lot of students make a mistake here also. It is 10 to the power 12 minus 6, which is 10 to the power 18. And the name of this prefix is exa. Exabyte. Exabyte is not written here. I don't want to inform you, but you have to know it. It's an exabyte. So 1 terabyte have an exa microbyte. The answer is one terabyte, only 1 terabyte have 10 to the power 18 microbyte. You can do this example also. How many this is a very easy question. It's very clear. How many kilobytes are in a gigabyte? This is the gigabyte. It has 10 to the power 9 bytes, and the kilobyte have 1,000 bytes. So you write 1 kilobyte is 1,000 byte, which is, this is the number form, and this is the power form, standard form. 1 gigabyte is 1,000 million bytes, 10 to the power 9. You divide the big number on the small number. It's going to be, I put this red so that you know. I put this red. This is red. This is the 1,000. This 1,000 3 zeros here goes away with this 3 zeros, which leave me with 6 zeros, which are here. 6 zeros is for me. 6 zeros is for me a mega. 60 is a mega. So 1 gigabyte, when I divide 1 gigabyte over 1 kilobyte, it will give me 1 mega kilobyte. 1 mega kilobyte, because it is like when you divide 10 to the power 9 divided by 10 to the power 3, 9 minus 3, it's a division. My 9 minus 3 is 6, so it's 10 to the power 6, which is 10 to the power 6 kilobytes. So 1 gigabyte have 1 million kilobytes. 1 gigabyte have how much bytes? 1 million kilobytes. Or you can say 1 gigabyte have 1 mega kilobytes. Now, I want you to try to do this homework, copy the table, write all the distances as ordinary numbers. Now, all the numbers are written in standard form. If I write this in normal form, 10 to the power 3, it is 1,000. When I multiply 1,000 by this number, what happened to the point? So write all these numbers, which are in standard form, write it in a normal form. Then, which planet has the greatest diameter? So which number is the biggest here? It is the greatest diameter, but we will know that when you change them to the normal form, number form. Which planet are closest to the sun? We have the Mercury, Earth, and Saturn. So which one is closest to the sun? That means which one, because this is the table shows information about some planets. Diameter of the planet, this is the diameter from surface to surface. And the distance from the sun is this one here. So which of these numbers are small? That means the distance is smaller to the sun. And the big number is the distance far from the sun. So please try to check this homework, and we'll check you next time. Thank you.